here. My name is Dani, and this is Coffee Break with Dani. Today we're here with a cool video. It's a little long, it's a little long-winded, it's a little chatty, but that's basically all we know how to deliver around here. Today we are going to get ready together. We're gonna play with a lot of new makeup. Some of it has the potential of ruining my day. We did find a few winners, but like any and all my videos, all of the products that you guys see in this video, I will make sure to list and link in the description box of this video. So if you saw something that you're like, hey, that sounds like it might work for me, always make sure to check down there, because your girl goes through the trouble of finding 1,000 bajillion links for you guys. I actually enjoy it. It's a very relaxing process that takes a very long time, and I could put on my headphones and just cancel out the world. Anyway, I am digressing. If you want to see how I got this look and see a special appearance from Poe, which has been a while since he shows up in any of my videos, all you have to do is keep on watching. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to just play with makeup, use a bunch of new stuff, some new favorites, but it's a very special video because I don't know if you guys can see in the background, we don't want to spook him. It's been a while since Poe is in any of our content. He's in the weekend vlogs sometimes. Holy mackerel, what's going on here? I haven't brushed out my hair and I don't know what's going on right here. So we're just gonna, it's been a minute. He's in the vlogs, but he is not usually in this kind of content because he coughs a lot and he just, I mean, he's 16. He's 16, he has heart failure, pulmonary edema. He's our old little mister and he just loves to sleep these days. But this is a big deal. So we're gonna try and keep him here as long as possible. Look at him. Is he not precious? If you see him in person, or rather even now, he never looks as old as he is because of, he's like fawn colored. He used to be a lot more tan when he was younger. And now he just looks like he's a white dog, but he's old. He's my old master. He's my last little bit of California, you guys. All right, so we're gonna get started. A lot of you guys say I need to bring you in when we do these get ready with me type videos, but since they're not tutorials, I don't feel like you know what I mean? Like do I guess I could. All right, hold please. It's just a little tricky because this is as low as my chair goes. So if I bring you in, like I chop my head off. I guess I could raise my tripod, but then I have to change my lighting. This is how the mind of an overthinker works, you guys. We're gonna go in with e.l.f.'s Poreless Putty Primer with our e.l.f. little spatula. You guys, I don't know where we've been. I don't know how quickly it happened, but it seems like overnight, e.l.f. went from being one of those like, not even drugstore priced. It felt almost like dollar store kind of makeup. You know, even the packaging and everything felt very disposable. But man, they have stepped up their game. I have a few new favorites from e.l.f. You guys know my eyebrow pencil is, did I just accidentally stab myself in the nose? We're just gonna edit that part out of this video like it never happened. The beauty of editing. Like, you guys know my holy grail eyebrow pencil is from e.l.f. But they have a ton of great new products. And it's cool because they're always coming up with new stuff, you know, stuff that Ernie insists on being in our video. So we're just gonna let her be in our video. You know, with the beauty of editing, you couldn't tell that everyone just freaked out for a second because we cropped it all out. Ernie got picked up to go to doggy day camp. So Ernie is our big dog. She is a healer. She's borderline a little crazy. She's one of those dogs that has a ton of energy. So we send her to camp because there's a ton of big dogs and she can do like the rough and tumble and the stuff like that. Because when she tries to do that with the littles, like they try to participate, but I'm just afraid she's gonna hurt them, you know? All right, so we did the Poreless Primer. Now we're gonna go in with, actually let's use a new product. A lot of you guys have been asking about this. So Urban Decay discontinued One and Done, which we don't need to talk about because my heart hasn't healed. It's the Stay Naked Hydromanic Tinted Glow Hydrator. So this is medium coverage, 24-hour wear, hydrating, tinted like a tinted balm. So it's like a BB cream almost. It has kombucha, filtrate, and marula oil. 24-hour glow, dewy, juicy finish. Last all day moisture. Does it have sunscreen though? Like, what's the important stuff? I want it to have the important stuff. Y'all, I'm going through a sunscreen phase right now. We don't need to talk about it. But anyway, so Urban Decay discontinued One and Done, and they launched this instead. I'm not sure if this is meant to replace One and Done, but it's a very similar product, with the exception that One and Done actually had sunscreen. So we are going to try the shade Light Medium 41 and see how that works. I haven't actually tried this. I've never even swatched it. Heck, I don't even know if it's my right color. So we're going in here blind. Like we're going in blind. Is this a good idea? Like, do I think these things through? You know, probably not. I do love the texture. The texture reminds me a lot of the CC Camo cream from e.l.f., which is also really awesome. If you love It Cosmetics CC cream, it is basically a dupe for that, but drugstore price, which is kind of nice. The texture of this is similar to those two, where it's almost like a thick, moussey, it's like a thick, moussey foundation. The color seems to be a really good match right now that I'm tan. All right, it's time though. It's time, you guys. It's time for the tan joke to come back. The season's changing, it's warming up. We've been spending a lot of time outside. If you guys don't watch our weekend vlogs, you haven't seen the whole journey that the backyard has been with like decorating and buying furniture and stuff like that. Well, we're enjoying a lot. Oh, wow. I used too much. So maybe just 1 to 2 squeezes would be good. That's the other thing. Okay, so if this was meant to replace One and Done had a pump, you know? One and Done had sunscreen. One and Done was a light to medium buildable coverage. It had a very natural look to it. So it covered enough, but it also still looked like skin, which I enjoyed. And I was a perfect light medium to medium, if I was tan or not, you know, shade. This one, upon naked raw first impression, it's my exact shade right now. However, we don't know if it's gonna oxidize. If it oxidizes, we're screwed. It's gonna be too dark. So there's that. It doesn't have sunscreen, so it may not oxidize. I don't anticipate this to oxidize much. I do love the radiance it gives off. It feels like I'm putting on One and Done, but I feel like I'm getting gypped, you know? I think when you have a product that you're used to using and you totally love, and it has added benefits like sunscreen, and it has a pump, so you don't have to like put your fingers on it, you could pump it. I guess I could have squeezed it onto whatever. Packaging is cute. I mean, the branding is on, but maybe they're more interested in like the hydrating factor as opposed to the sun protection factor. But like I told you guys, man, I have been in this phase right now where I'm like very attracted to sun care. The first thing I've been doing recently when I buy products is I'm like, does it have sunscreen? Is it going to stack the deck? So yeah, I do love how it looks. It's very, very radiant, and it's definitely, I would say like medium to full coverage. What does it say? Medium coverage. I got like full coverage going on right now. So that's nice. Let's let it hang out for a minute, see what happens. And we're gonna go in with the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. So these were 50% off during 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta. And that's when I really wanted to buy them because I wasn't sure what shade I would be. So they're 50% off. The shade that I think I am, they ran out of during the sale, so I had to get the sample size, which is fine because, I mean, how often do you go through an entire tube of concealer, right? So I got 3 shades. I got Light Sand, Light Neutral, and Light Medium. I'm pretty sure I'm Light Neutral. I may even be Light Medium right now. And I wanted to try it out for you guys because I've told you that I can't play in the sandbox with Shape Tape. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe I paid real money for this. Wow, can you tell I've just opened it for the first time? Look at it, so little. Wow, I think I paid like $12 for this. I'm pretty sure I'm light neutral. I might be light medium right now because you know why. Let's go with light medium. I don't think I want to open that little tiny one right now. So Shape Tape doesn't want to play with me in the sandbox right now. It's like, you know what? These slides are for children. And you'll break them, so it's not friendly for mature skin like mine. And so it's too drying, but when Tarte came out with the, I always forget the name, Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. Ultra Cream, bless you. Bless you. God bless you. Can I help you? I can't pick you up right now because Mama's working. It's true. It's true. Oh, you are so happy today. We gotta ride this wave while we can, huh? We gotta ride this wave while we can. My happy boy. He's gonna start coughing, you guys. We're gonna have to put him somewhere else. Just wait for it. So, light medium. We're gonna do light medium. And I'm hoping that this is like the, you know what I bet they're gonna do is they're gonna discontinue that other Tarte concealer that I like. I don't remember what it's called right now, but if I can remember, I'll tell you in this video. If not, I'll link it in the description box below anyway. I do love the enormous doe foot applicator. I love it, but it gets too much product. Look at that. Like I have concealer on there for like the whole week, the rest of the week. I wish I could like, you know, make it last a whole week, but that would be gross. I'm glad I went with this shade because you can tell it's still pretty light. And that's one of my hot takes is concealer on the under eye that's way too light. It doesn't look good, you know, unless you're doing theater or drag, it doesn't look good. I'm sorry. That's my hot take for the day. I promise I'll be nice for the rest of the video. Do you hear that little hissy cough? So, homeboy has congestive heart failure. He has an enlarged heart murmur, enlarged prostate, which is why he's wearing a diaper. He gets pulmonary edema because of his heart. And he has a collapsed trachea, which happens a ton in Chihuahuas or small barky dogs. And so when you have an enlarged heart and a collapsed trachea, it's like the worst combination ever because your heart pushes on your trachea and makes you cough all day. So he's on this homeopathic like cough syrup that's like honey. It's like a honey syrup based homeopathic, whatever. When I hear myself talk out loud about the dogs, I realize I'm like, yeah, they're basically my children. All right, you guys, I'm really loving the Shape Tape Concealer. Hydromaniac. Like, I don't like names that make me self-conscious when I have to say them out loud. So like if I walked into an Ulta and I was like, hi, where can I find the Hydromaniac? That makes me feel a little weird. But a lot of things make me feel weird that are not necessarily rational. So there's that. I always got a devil's advocate and benefit of the doubt myself so that, you know, we're our own worst critics, but I'm a little ridiculous sometimes, let's be honest. I'm actually setting my under eyes. I saw a video on Mally. If you guys don't know who Mally is, she's amazing. She's Mally Roncal. She has Mally Cosmetics, Mally Beauty. Really cool stuff. She was one of the first people to invent those mattifying putties. I think it's called Pore Defender, her product. Really good for oily skin. Anyway, so she posted a video on her Instagram where she was saying that it's not necessary to set your under eyes. She's like, whoa, newsflash, I don't know if you've known this. I don't know if you know this or if anyone's told you, but it's actually not necessary to set your under eyes. It's not necessary to bake. Obviously, if you have very oily skin, blah, 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 there's a lot of different scenarios. But she's like, it's not one of those mandatory steps that is part of the routine, like, I don't know, filling in your eyebrows or whatever. She's like, so I don't know if you guys are aware, but you don't have to bake. You don't have to set your under eyes. In fact, if you do and you're the wrong candidate, it makes you look older. It gives you crepey skin. It dries out your skin, so it's not healthy for your actual skin, like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was very interesting. It was a very short video, but it was very handy. I am actually setting my under eyes with this new concealer because I want to do things the way that I normally do them, just to see if it's something that is better than Shape Tape. So I can say, hey, I normally use Shape Tape this way, and now that I'm using the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, it works. So, hey, it's mature skin friendly because what is it when you do a science experiment? And it's the same, like you're providing the same conditions so that you can make a fair assessment. I know stuff, but I don't know anything, if you know what I mean. So I'm setting, why do I have glitter all over my face? That's really weird. It's like these little random glitter flecks. I don't know where they came from. If I did, I'd put more on. We are going to try some new products for our brows, which could be risky because I have things to do today. And when you have to wear a face covering, the only thing that shows are your eyes. So we're feeling wild today, y'all. They are new brow products from Wet n Wild. They're from the Browsessive line. And so I'm gonna start with the taupe pencil. That's always a good shade for me to start with. I don't like really dark eyebrows because I go pretty dark with, I'm kind of aggressive with application. These are interesting because they are real pencils. Like, when's the last time you saw like a real wooden pencil that's a brow pencil with so many twists up and so many different shapes and angles and micro tips and things like that? This is kind of interesting to see, is like, it's a real wooden pencil. It has a great spoolie on the end, which I can appreciate. Look at all that powder. Oh my goodness. I promise I'm prepared. It has a great spoolie. A lot of times when they come with the spoolie, it comes with one of those really cheap ones that just hurts. It feels like a wiry brush. So the spoolie is amazing. Let's see how taupe works out. Yeah, see, it's such a good color. Taupe these days is very brunette friendly. So do not reach automatically for the brunette pencil because I guarantee that it's gonna be a very dark brown. And if you guys are like me, or you have a heavy hand, it's always good to start light and then darken if you need to, as opposed to going too dark and then looking back at your pictures 10 years later and you're like, why didn't anyone tell me? Like, that's literally my case now, is when I go back and I look at my pictures of when I was 20, I would say from 18 to about 30. We've only had good brows for a very short period of time, okay? So I would say from when I was 18 until maybe 30. I don't remember when Claria did my brows, but even when I started to do YouTube, my brows were still already pretty jank. It took me a while. In fact, I had the audacity to film the video 10 beauty mistakes that I regret making, and I was talking about how bad my brows were while my brows were really bad in that video. Now, we do have to recognize that like beauty trends, fashion trends, and everything change. So at that time, those really carved out brows were in style, but they were just way too dark. So I can recognize that. This pencil reminds me a lot of the texture of my favorite brow pencil from e.l.f., but that is an automatic pencil, so we're already winning at that point. Also, the e.l.f. one is $2. I think this one's a little bit more expensive. And you can see I already almost need to sharpen it. So it's a little hard to be precise with this pencil. The tip kind of flattens real quick. So it's a soft, waxy texture. I do love the color of it though. The color is really, really pretty. It's a perfect shade for like a medium brunette. Do you see that little gap right there? And that's it's hard to capture. It's hard to see when you're right in front of the mirror because it looks like there's color there, and then when I see myself, do you see how that has that line break? Let's see if we can comb it out with the spoolie. So I think what it's doing is it's clumping my hair together because it is super waxy. So this would be a great pencil for those of you that have a lot of hair and maybe want to just darken it. Maybe blonde, light brown. You know what I think they're probably doing with these pencils these days is they're making them a little waxier, a little soapier because of that brow trend that's hopefully going to go away soon. You know, those feathery brows. I love when brows are styled. Have you guys seen, like, when you style your brows, you move them in certain directions when you use a brow gel. But that trend going on right now where the entirety of your brow is sticking up, I don't think many people can really pull it off. I don't think the many people that think they're pulling it off are actually pulling it off, if you know what I mean. So it looks really cool in certain scenarios and campaigns and things like that. But generally speaking, I think it's too harsh when you see the face. It's almost as bad as brows were maybe 6 years ago, with like the carving out with concealer and the really defined shape, and they were very, very intense, like very dark. But again, that's just another one of my beauty hot takes. Like, I personally wouldn't do it, but it doesn't offend me if other people do it. Like, I love when people do what makes them happy on their physical appearance, body, or choices, you know? It affects me in no way, which we all need to remind ourselves. If it doesn't affect us, if they don't pay one of our bills, it really shouldn't bother us or rent real estate in our life. I'm gonna need a minute to tackle these brows because this pencil is a little frustrating to use. It's a little too waxy for me because I don't have that much brow hair. So I feel like I put some on and it just sticks my hair together instead of fluffs it up nicely. Instead of fluffing it up nicely. Wow, my grammar's real good, y'all. I don't know, you guys. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So give me a second to fix my brows and I'll come back. All right, you guys, I gotta drop it. I gotta back away from what I'm doing right now. It doesn't say anywhere on the packaging that this is like a wax-based product or that it has any sort of waxiness or soapiness to give you that feathered look, but it just has that kind of texture. It feels soapy, it feels sticky, and so it pushes my hair down more and compresses it as opposed to giving you that flick or hair-like appearance. So it's definitely a certain brow category. It's not going to give you the fluffy hair-like appearance or hair-like strokes. Now we're going in with the Brow Obsessive Shaping Gel in the shade Brown. It's the only color I have, so hopefully it's not too dark. Oh, all right, we're taking a water break. That's nice. Okay, this gel's pretty nice. The spoolie or the brush is very grippy, so it definitely like grabs onto your brow hair and really positions it in the way you want. Oh. All right, excuse me. This brow is giving me so much trouble, you guys. Do you guys see that gap? I just need to walk away from it. Just need to walk away. We're doing the other brow. Even Poe's getting upset back there. You hear that little goose cough? All right, let's see if this one's giving me any trouble. Gosh, look at all those gaps. It's just a bad brow day, you guys. Maybe a Monday is not a good day to be using new brow products. We're walking away. Can't do it. This is a brow. There's a brow meter on here? What's a brow meter? I don't know if you guys can tell at the bottom of the packaging. There's that branding at the bottom that says brow meter. And it gives you brow casual look. And the shaping gel is a gel wax formula that brushes on for natural looking fullness and definition. Soft, flexible hold. It won't stiffen. I do get that. It's very soft. I like it. I definitely like it. The pencil, not so much. Okay, some products that I've already used, maybe not necessarily this particular palette, but the Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes that look like this. I got mine at Walmart. Are so good. They remind me of the mini palettes from e.l.f., like that kind of quality. It makes you start to second guess why we spend like $50 or $60 on eyeshadow palettes. When you start to use them, you're like, wait a second, this is a really good palette. So I've had very good luck with the Color Icon palettes from Wet n Wild and the mini palettes from e.l.f. Super, super good. Definitely would recommend them. I don't know what color. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff to do today, and I always jinx myself when I say I don't want to go too hard on my makeup, and then I end up walking out like I'm going to the club, y'all. So let's see. Let me see if I can get my brain working. I think I'm gonna go with Lights Off. This is one of the palettes I haven't. Hold please. So I bought all of the palettes. All of the palettes in this collection, I bought them, but there are a few that I haven't opened yet. I just opened the last two that I had. And I think I want to do a shimmery brow bone. I know I'm walking myself into a trap right now, but we're just gonna go with it. Oh, this would be a great highlighter. Isn't that pretty? Wow, ooh. Hello, 80s. Maybe it was a bad idea. But you know what? When we have these bad ideas, we have them together. And we could do it together. Yeah? I just had to even it out. Now I'm going to go in with the matte vanilla like I normally do, and I know better. I know better, you guys. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Okay, let's flatten it out a little. There we go. Let's neutralize it a little. And I don't mean it in the hitman kind of lingo. Oh my gosh, you guys. I do have to say, none of you told me that Stabler was back on television. If you don't know who Stabler is, you have no idea what we're about to talk about. But if you guys are fans of Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler, so Law and Order, SVU, I always have to think if I'm saying the letters in the right order. The two lead detectives, the male lead role, Stabler, he left the show to become a movie star. Well, he didn't make it. And the network let him come back and gave him his own spin-off. And it is so good, you guys. It is such a good spin-off because he has that angry vendetta, I need to avenge my wife's murder kind of anger. So it's giving the Law and Order franchise this very raw, emotional character that they've never had before. So like Law and Order, SVU, a Special Victims Unit, they would cover a lot of pop culture type headlines like famous super billionaire has a secret island where he takes underage girls and his fancy celebrity friends. You know where I'm going with this? So they would take headline stories and they'd follow them, and you'd get that resolution most episodes. Some episodes they would leave you feeling really yucky, but it gets recycled and it's predictable, and the characters are so the same that they start to feel like family, but they also get a little boring sometimes. And so when Elliot left the show, or Stabler left the show, it left a gap. They filled it in with two new detectives, but there was a gap always there. And the Law and Order franchise has always been very predictable and safe, somewhat safe. And so now with this spin-off, it's called Organized Crime. It's really cool because it's a lot more action. The characters are a lot more complex, I would say. They're more dynamic. And so it's very action-filled. It's still super cheesy. It's still not real cop stuff, according to my husband. But it's very entertaining to watch. So if that's your thing, I would highly recommend it. I'm a little annoyed that I didn't know this was a thing or this had happened. But now that I know, I mean, crisis averted, you know? Like, we're safe now. We know. I actually took this mustard shade here, and that's what I used as a transition. And now I'm taking this dirty gold. It's very, very murky. And I'm going to put that on my lid. I don't think I don't want to have an opinion on what I'm attempting to do because I'm always wrong. It never ends up looking the way I plan or anticipate, you know? And you would think that after 8 years I would really know what I'm doing, but that is not the case. But you know what? At least I'm dependable, you know? Dependable and predictable, you know? You just know me now, you guys. I kind of like this. Just like a blown out, dirty gold look, you know? Yeah, I think that's what I'm just gonna, this is the energy. I'm just gonna leave it alone after I do my other one, and then we're gonna walk away. We're gonna walk, we both know that's not the truth. That's not the case. It's not what's gonna happen right now, but it's just, let me believe. Okay, that is so pretty. I think I'm gonna take that same exact color, but on a fluffier brush, and just kind of bring it up a little so that it's blendier. And it looks like, oh yeah, this is a one eyeshadow look. Have you guys seen those kinds of videos? They're so satisfying. They take one eyeshadow look and make this a whole amazing thing that I could never do. Okay. Hey guys, I'm walking away from my eyeshadow. I have to. This is Call Me Sunshine from Wet n Wild. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the dirty gold shade that I was telling you about. It's very like Urban Decay looking. I am going to dust off that extra powder that mysterious glitter, but I don't know where it came from. Okay, I'm going to take that same palette and this chocolate brown and just kind of gently run that on the lower lash line so that my eyes don't look so naked. Do you guys see how intense these colors are? Like, I barely dipped it into the pan. Barely touched the pan, and look how much pigment and color is there. It's crazy. I love it. It's always nice not having to guess if you're gonna get color payoff, you know? Like, oh, is this a palette that's like very pigmented? Is this one that requires building? Is this a palette that I have to prime with? You know, it's like, nope, you can go straight in with the palette. All of the colors, they're gonna show up. Look at that. That's so cool. All right, another new product we're gonna try is from a brand called Dime. You guys have probably seen this all over Instagram. I was totally influenced, but it was more of one of those things where I'm like, I don't know if I was influenced or if I was teased a little, where I'm like, all right, all these influencers are talking about it because they have promo codes, but is it actually really good? So Dime, I think it's Dime Company is the proper name of the brand. Dime Beauty, Dime Company. It's from Utah, and it's a clean beauty brand, and they have a clean eyelash serum that supposedly makes your lashes grow. You better believe I bought it. I haven't opened it yet, but I also bought the mascara because everyone's like, oh my gosh, if you use the two products, it's like amazing. So I was like, I want to try amazing. I'm currently testing out a different brand of a lash serum, so I don't want to confuse. So I haven't tried that, but this is a raw first impression on the paraben-free, sulfate-free, cruelty-free, vegan, 100% recyclable mascara from Dime. And it is their volume mascara. It's their only mascara. Already looking positive. It's one of those ones that I really love. And it's also a wet mascara, which I do love. I don't like dry mascaras. I don't know why I don't like dry mascaras, but they're really not my favorite. Let me bring you guys in for this, actually. This might be real interesting to have you guys close up. I'll just slouch a little for y'all. The mascara looks really wet, but the brush doesn't facilitate the product getting on my lashes easy. Do you guys see that? I'm a little on the struggle bus right now. In general, but also with the mascara. Can't make jokes when I'm poking my eye. Too risky. I don't know, you guys. It's like a one-way ticket to Clump City. You see that? Ow, just hit my elbow. I'm like really struggling over here. The mascara makes my lashes really black and shiny, but the brush just gives me like 2 lashes. I think I'm gonna have to bail. I think I'm jumping ship. I think I'm gonna jump ship. Is this a fair review? Maybe not, huh? But you know what? When you have so many really good drugstore mascaras, like Big Papa from Wet n Wild is freaking amazing. Elf? Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at it! I think I just ruined my makeup. Holy crap. Hold on, you guys. I don't know if there's enough Jesus to save my lashes right now. Look how red my eyes are getting. I don't recommend you guys do this, but I'm taking the back of my earring to separate my lashes. This is an emergency, okay? This is a state of national security. Just because I might poke my eye. You guys saw it here first. That mascara attacked me. The mascara attacked me first. We're gonna go in with the e.l.f. one that I was telling you about. Look at the difference. Silicone wand. Watch this. Do you see that separation? Isn't that sexy? Look, my eyes are turning red because I'm not blinking enough, by the way. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but if I stop blinking, my eyes start getting dry and get real red. Look at how easy this is. Look, no work. That's crazy. It takes very little effort. One coat and you have natural, elongated, separated, very black lashes. One coat. And then once you go in with the 2, you get volume. You go in with the 3rd coat and you are looking like you are ready for anything. Anything. I'm so upset at that Dime mascara. Gosh, I can't even fix these lashes. Look at that. I told you, there wasn't enough Jesus for these eyelashes. Man, I hate that mascara. It's so terrible. I wonder what the reviews say. I know when I see all the dime promotional stuff that, by the way, no one says they're ads, which they are, they talk about the combo. They talk about like, oh, the lash conditioner makes my lashes grow. They show before and afters, which are actually pretty cool looking. Look at the mascara. It basically did like a foundation of clump, and it's impossible to separate. I think I just have to leave it alone. That sucks. Okay, so if you guys are looking for a great drugstore mascara, Big Papa from Wet n Wild, or this one in the like rose gold tube, it's called Lash It Loud. Super, super amazing. I'm gonna jump off and finish my lashes, and I'll be right back and we'll do the rest of this situation. All right, you guys, that sound means it's trash day. Pretend you don't hear it. My lips are feeling really dry, so we're gonna go in with one of my most recent favorites. This is the e.l.f. Happy Hydrating Core Lip Shine. It's basically a tinted chapstick. Very hydrating, very comfortable, but it also looks like a sheer lipstick. The formula is amazing and it smells divine. I'm not really sure this whole look matches. We're just gonna roll with it. Just like we're rolling with the garbage truck out there. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the way it looks. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. It's one of those like perfect lip products that y'all need. Now we're gonna go in with bronzer. This is e.l.f. Forever Sun Kissed. This is one of those duo type products. So it's like a bronzer with primer all in one. So it's supposed to last longer on your face. I'm not a big long wearing makeup kind of person. I never need it to last that long, but I think it's a nice touch. It's not something that I look for in a product, and it's not something that's gonna get me to try a product. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not incentive or a selling point for me, but I thought I would mention it because I know a lot of you guys have gone back to normal life and are doing your makeup routines and want your makeup to last. So it might be cool that it does have primer in it. For me, I'm like, well, all right, sounds good. It's like when you order a cheeseburger and you didn't know that it already came with 2 kinds of cheese. You know, it's like, woo, all right, I can work with that. That's a nice bonus. Uh-oh, I just noticed. Let me see if I can show you guys. You see that? When I do that, do you see those ridges? All of that is full of foundation right now. So it is a hydrating product, but it doesn't dry down. So I guess you could use a mattifying primer, or you could use more powder. But that's going to definitely settle into all my fine lines, like in the next few hours. The concealer is still holding up real good though. That is not giving me Shape Tape energy like the original formula. Still salty about this, but you know what I mean. Wish I was a little better at blending out my bronzer, but like I don't think I care enough. Is that a problem? All right, I'm conflicted. I wanted to use this e.l.f. Blush to show you guys how it looks. I showed it to you in a haul/try-on video, which I really liked. But as I was digging through my blushes, I found this one from Too Faced. It's I Will Always Love You. And I remember this having the cutest, beautiful, softest, like glistening sheen to it. So I think I want it on my face. You know, like yeah. Yep. Such a good color, you guys. I Will Always Love You. Love Flush blushes. Are these even a thing still? Too Faced has so many collections that I can't even keep up. Like, are we on teddy bears right now? Are we doing dogs? Like, are we doing the hearts again? I really can't. Is it about sex related? You know, like, does it have an inappropriate name? Too Faced is like ColourPop, where I can't take a breath without missing like 6 more collections in coming out or launching or whatever. It's borderline a lot. I was gonna say excessive, but that sounds negative. And I've already said 2 other negative things in this video, and I like to keep it at a minimum. Sometimes you just gotta vent, you know, and that's what we're here for. We're friends. We're all friends here. I love this blush. If you guys, I don't know if they still make these. I probably should be a little more informed, but the Too Faced Love Flush 16-hour blush in I Will Always Love You. It is stunning. So, stunning. And then I pulled out these two highlighters and I wasn't sure which one. I'm done trying new products. Like after that mascara fiasco, I was like, no, like I can't put my heart through this right now. I can't decide between these two. This one from Laura Mercier is the baked highlighter in the shade 1. It's a very natural looking highlighter. It's gonna give you a very, very normal, natural, sweaty kind of glow, glisten. This one from Laura Geller, Gilded Honey, is gonna be like, I went through the trouble of applying this glitter to my face. Yes, it's on purpose. So what should we do? I don't know. Really happy with the eyeshadow. I like how simple it looks, you know? But after that mascara clumping, do you see that? God, that's terrible. It looks like claws are coming out of my face. I think I'm gonna go, let's do this. More is more after all. More is more. You ready? All right, let's do this. Actually, I'll know. I'll just know the minute it hits my face. Yeah, we made a good choice. Good choice, guys. Good choice. Can't forget my nose. Can't forget my nose. Put a little up here on my temple. A little bit up here on this temple. And you know what I also have to do? Gotta blend out these wrinkles. Oh, it's in there. It's in there. They dug their way in there. All right, that's it. We're done. What do we think? Should probably brush my hair, huh? Well, kind of looks like I did brush it. All right, you guys have mentioned in previous videos similar to this that you would love to see a recap at the end of the video, whether it's an unboxing video or a try-on video. At the very end of the video, you want to see like a final review. So we're going to talk about it. I did a couple of favorites or reuse a couple of favorites like this e.l.f. mascara. But if you were to say of the new products that I tried, which ones were hits, which ones are misses. So despite this sinking into the fine lines in my face, gives you a very natural appearance of the skin, but it's also medium coverage. So if you guys want that additional coverage, but also want your skin to look like skin, it does a very good job at giving a very natural glow, very natural appearance. The texture of it is very satisfying. Like I said, this would not replace One and Done. I miss the pump, I miss the SPF, but it's very similar. It does settle into the fine lines, but I think that is a simple solution because I used a lot of product. I could have used a lot less. That could be part of the problem. Or you could change up your primer or use a little bit extra powder or less powder depending on the moisture of your skin, the moisture level of your skin. And then the Dime mascara is garbage. I would not recommend that. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm still upset. The Ultra Creamy Concealer is definitely a very, very, very great sister to regular Shape Tape. So you are getting the same vibe, the same energy, the same results from Shape Tape without the drying factor. So Shape Tape, the original, would be definitely something that's good for people with oily skin or very young skin. The Ultra Creamy is a very great formula for those of you that have dry skin or that have mature skin, or you have dry skin because you have mature skin. Like whatever. Definitely liked it. It's actually not as creamy as the other Tarte Maracuja concealer I was telling you guys about. It's not as, so it's like in between. So you have that one, you have this one, and then you have Shape Tape. And I'm in this shade light medium. I actually think it's a very good shade. You guys know I love the Poreless Putty Primer. You know I love the bronzer, but none of these were new. Oh, the brow products from Wet n Wild. The brow gel is great. It is a very soft hold, so it gives a very natural look to your brows, which is amazing. The pencil, would not recommend. If you guys have oily skin, that is going to make a mess on your face. I don't even see it being a good pencil for those of you that have dry skin because it's so waxy and like it collects. You guys saw how I struggled trying to fill in sections, and it's still kind of just, it's very weird the way it compresses itself. I was not a fan. The brow product or the brow gel Brow Obsessive Brow Shaping Gel is very good. So that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. I know it was a little chatty, but hey, we're playing with makeup and sometimes that happens. Anything and everything you saw in this video, including the shirt I'm wearing, raise them kind. I will list a link in the description box below. If you guys had a good time, if you learned something, if you at least laughed, if it made you happy that I struggled so much with my eyelashes and my eyebrows, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, become a panda, give this video a like, share it with a friend, I don't know. Do something, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Anyway, I love you so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys!